This is my triptych presentation on the show Mad Men. I chose Mad Men because it's one of my favorite shows. The directing's really good. The soundtrack's really good. I love that it takes place in the 60s. So, this is my presentation on that. So, let's get started. So, a lot of my research had a lot of the same thing. It was pretty much just John Hamm's character. His name's Don Draper. As you can see, it's just him in a suit. A lot of other people in suits. It's a really formal show. A lot of formal occasional photos, things like that. A lot of him holding cigarettes and that kind of stuff. So there was a lot of the same thing. I found a couple of images a lot like this that were just silhouettes with either a blank background like on the right or really psychedelic pictures like on the left because there's a lot of drug use in the show and a lot of psychedelic use. But yeah, it's pretty much just John Hamm in a suit, so pretty much just the same idea over and over again. But I felt like I had a lot to work with color wise because, as you saw in those other pictures, it was pretty much just black and white on a blank background. So I figured I could add a splash of red because the Mad Men logo is white and red, or I could add blue and yellow and purple like the psychedelic pictures and things like that. So my thumbnail sketches here are pretty much just taking a couple of those research photos and splicing them up into triptych panels, seeing what I think of the end result. And as you can see by a couple of these, some of them have pretty good symmetry across all three of them, but some of them just kind of phase off on the left side. Like it'll literally just be like a hand on one side and like a phone on the other side. And I didn't really like the final concept of that. So the one that I ended up choosing was this one right here where they're on a patio. I'll show you in a second the full image, but it's just them on the patio for the main characters, all framed really nicely. I'll get into all that explanation in a sec, but as you can see, I wanted to use some simple ideas like this one and this one right here, just really good symmetry across the three of them. But yeah, I ended up choosing this one. The mood board's pretty simple. I basically just wanted to take the path in front of a black and white background just to really bring out the color and also bring in a serious tone because it's a drama show. It's a really serious, power and greed and capitalism and all these serious topics and things like that. So pretty simple ideas, just something similar to Helvetica, but I ended up just using the same font as the Mad Men logo. Anyways, white and red and gray, pops of purple and blue and yellow, spring colors. That's why I use this wedding photo right here because it obviously is outdoors. So let's see the final results. So this is the banner one. As you can see, right here, you can see the foot is a bit cloned, and same with the shoulder right here. But I really do like the final result across all three of them. I think all three exist as pretty good separate panels by themselves. They all have something to offer, and I like how well the background ended up looking with the characters popping out in front of it. I was pretty surprised actually because like I've much like everyone else in this class, I've been using Photoshop for like 3 weeks or something like that. So yeah, I mean it took a minute, but we figured it out and I like the final result. So let's go a bit more into detail. So here are two of the three billboard panels I made, and here's where I'm gonna talk your ear off on why I chose what I did and why I labeled these as I did. So we'll start with this one. This one is my transparency panel. This is the transparency panel because there's a lot of objects in this panel. There's a lot of depth going on between these two characters right here. As you can see, there's a chair this woman's sitting in and a glass table that you can see through, but I ignored the select and mask from going through that table just to really, I don't know, just create some 3D depth to it. And yeah, just to give a bit more, I guess, transparency. This one on the right is my layering, because much like the other one, there's a lot of depth, but in a bit of a different way. There's John Hamm in a chair, and there's the arm and leg going over this character right here. There's a table behind him. This woman's leaning on a wall. Just a bit more going on than this other one, I feel like. And our third one right here, obviously, I'm getting the rainbow wheel. This one's obviously framing because I feel like this one really plays well with the symmetry on both sides. There's a good margin going on with the left and the right, character on this side, character on that side. I could have put the logo right here in the middle, but I feel like it looks just a bit better spatially in the bottom right there. It just kind of completes the whole thing as a full image. So that's my framing one. All right, Keynote. Don't die on me. All right. Well, that is my full presentation. If you watched this whole thing, thank you very much and have a good one.